Oh boy.
Well, the build-up to the sale day was hectic, I would say.
Oh, hectic and somewhat exciting, but then after it was over, it was like, what did we do? You know,
Yeah,
maybe we made a mistake.
yeah.
This is what I'm speculating. Yeah, they have to hold it. Wouldn't it be awesome to get a bunch of cattle on there and then it falls down? Everybody will be cheering.
It was 1983. March 7th of 1983 was our first milk shipment. I don't know, how'd we get into it? You know, I graduated high school. And then I went to a semester of college at UW-Platteville. And I didn't like school at all. So I dropped out at semester time. I don't know, that was in mid-January or the end of January. And then in the 1st of March, I started getting that rented barn ready and started milking. But at that time, when we milked the cows, we actually milked them in bucket milkers. You had to put a strap on the cow and then put the milker under it, and then the milk went in that bucket, and then you lifted the bucket off from under the cow and poured it in another bucket, and then put that milker on the next cow, and then grab that bucket of milk and get it to the milk house and pour it in the strainer that sat on top of the bulk tank, and then you run back out there and got the next one and done the same thing with the next one, and then we done that for probably a year and a half. And then we got what they called the step saver. That was just a thing that you drug along in the barn, and it had a hose that went from that to the bulk tank. And then you just took the milker and dumped it in there. And then it sucked it in there back to the tank. That was pretty primitive.
So how big of an operation was that first one?
About 30 cows.
Okay. Was that typical around that time, you think, or?
That was probably an average size herd, huh?
But there were quite a few others around that
Oh
size.
Yeah.
God,
Oh yeah.
All over.
Yeah.
All over. Up and down every road. I mean, every single neighbor was dairying. And then just lose a few this year and lose a few more next year, and now I think it's down to where the whole township only has 4 dairy farms left. But there's 1 or 2 that are small. But then the dairy size, the farms really got large scale. I think a lot of that has to do with the technology and stuff that come along. The advancements in that labor-saving technology and stuff, I think, enabled some of those guys that wanted to get large. Whether it's good or not, I don't know, but that's the way it is. And you know, it seemed like evidently they can produce milk cheaper or more efficiently than the smaller guys, and then it just got to where it was physically demanding and really not financially rewarding.
Well, I get up every morning about 5 o'clock. I put my overshoes on and I head for the lot. I herd the cows right into the barn. I'm just a hard-working man on a dairy farm. You gotta milk 'em every morning, milk 'em every night. You gotta sell that milk no matter what the price. Holidays and all, it just won't wait. When you're a milking cow, you just can't be late. Well, I get 'em in the stalls, fed and hobbled good. They seem so nice and quiet, standing, chewing their cud. But when you get down beside 'em, put the milkers in place, that tail will come around and swat you right in the face. You gotta milk 'em every morning, Milk 'em every night, you gotta sell that milk no matter what the price. Holidays and all, it just won't wait. When you're a milking cow, you just can't be late. One of these days I'm gonna sell these cows and quit. I can't take it no longer. I'm about to lose my grip. How would you like to get up every morning?
You know, you get up and you do this in a certain order every single day. There's certain jobs that have to get done every single day at a certain time. And then you wake up the next morning and that's kind of not the case. And it's like, what do I do with myself? And
This is the last one, Jake.
Let's see it. 38 years, from what I heard.
1 month and 1 day.
Wow.
Don't forget it.
Yeah.
I just remember walking into the barn. I still do to this day. It feels so empty, you know, and quiet, and you know, there's nothing in there.
The thing was, is we physically couldn't do it anymore.
But I think one of the most fulfilling things was that we were able to raise our kids without hiring daycare, without having to take them somewhere. You know, they could be home with us and help us out on the farm.
Connie and Marcy used to swing there when I was milking. They were little.
Dairy farming was a good life for us, I felt.
I felt it was too. I think it's a very good industry to get into. Like Jim said, that you learn a lot. You learn things that are never taught in a classroom. But I would recommend, if you can afford to get into the dairy industry, that's the other issue right now that people are having. It's so expensive. It's hard. It's financially hard.
The return on your investment right now is pretty poor.
Pretty low.
Pretty
Yeah.
poor. But with that being said, you know, you can get up every day and do exactly what you want to do. And I
That's
did
true.
that for over 38 years. I got up and did what I wanted to do every single day. And the way I wanted to do it.
What are you doing? Drinking wine?
You can't drink out of this one. You're supposed to drink out of that one. You can drink out of that one. There you go. Shake, 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 shake it.
Is it all gone? There it goes.